I will still go back to the coach. Why? Because it's not possible for you to have watched the game against Rwanda and then you reward Chukwueze with another start. Yeah. So I cannot hold Chukwueze.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Heat Podcast brought to you by Pole Sports Nigeria. My name is David Ben, and I am back with the gang. What's up, guys? What's up? What's good?
Hello.
Say hi to our audience.
Hi.
We're feeling.
Hello.
What's wrong with the atmosphere today, man?
Of course.
What's going on, guys? What's going on?
The Super Eagles are big.
Super Eagles.
Yes, we're not in a good mood.
They put us in this
Super
mood.
Eagles of.
Super chickens.
Honestly, guys, I didn't come to work today in the best of moods. So I spent the last few days, thinking about the devastating blow, the stinging reality, knowing that Nigeria will miss out on the 2026 World Cup. And it's nothing to. If nobody's going to say it, I think this is the podcast where we will say it.
Of course.
If nobody's going to say it, because I just do think I am tired. I'm tired of the pampering. I'm tired of glorifying mediocrity. I'm tired. I'm sick and I'm tired. And I want us to really get into it today. Maybe, just maybe, this team has forgotten what value the World Cup. Maybe some people have forgotten what the World Cup means.
Right, yeah. And especially after missing
the previous one.
World Cup, yeah.
Back-to-back World Cups. You didn't go to Qatar in 2022. You're about to miss out
on another one.
United States. Why? In fact, I don't want to be the first person to talk. I will save what I want to say. I want everyone here to just really get into it first. The question is, let's not even talk about the result or how they played. The question is, have the Super Eagles forgotten the weight, or is it that the World Cup no longer all of a sudden carries weight again, and it's not a do or die for us again?
Has it ever been?
Excuse me?
I don't think it has ever been a do or die affair for us. We've always been the nation of calculators.
And prayers.
Yes, and prayers. So we always hope. And I think it was only under General Rod that we sort of qualified without calculating anything. So we've always calculated, So I don't think has ever been a do or die for us. We always joke around with these things, especially the World Cup. And I think we found ourselves in the same spot again. And it's quite painful, really. Because when you consider what the Super Eagles means to Nigerians as a team, when you see situations like this, it kind of affects you. We could see the faces, from the fans who trooped in to support them, those who spent so much money. When you consider all those things, it's quite painful, not to be rewarded. The fans just want to celebrate, everyone just wants to celebrate, and then you get that performance, you get that result. It's quite heartbreaking.
Then you tell me why, as a Nigerian, I'll spend my hard-earned cash to pay to watch a Super Eagles game, because we were having that discussion in the last episodes, recent episodes, where we talked about should the NFF, open, give it free, and that's exactly what played out again against Zimbabwe in New York. That's what happened. And at the end of the day, I was even surprised the fans didn't even maybe storm stadium, because that result just literally dealt us a huge blow. That result almost damned us to not qualify. I'm not saying it's done.
Blow, yeah.
But
it was a big blow.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
It's just sad that the highlight of these Super Eagles players are just content.
Snapchat.
Pass me the phone. Who are you? They did not even get it correctly. From that part, we should have known what to expect. That one that they said, pass the phone and tell him.
Yeah,
they scattered the challenge and people were laughing. That should be an inclination from that video that, these guys are not serious. So.
I think they over-celebrated.
Just see, their body language was awful.
The job wasn't done
The way they were carrying themselves, I can bet you, David here, Ifeanyi or Izu, if they put on the Super Eagles kits, they will run faster than most of those players. They were so lazy. No enthusiasm from any of them. Eric Shell, they form fine boy for side of the pitch. I don't really even understand. See, all those players are overhyped. I will say the truth. Next thing now, they'll cut your clip and come and be trolling you. Yeah. But let's be honest. Midfield was just... See, if you watch that game, you will bleed. Like, you will bleed from shame. Yeah. It's really sad to see the type of players we have. We did not qualify for the World Cup last 4 years. And it's not the fact that they don't even know that. The only person that was really angry was Victor Osimhen, if you watch the game.
Felt like
he was super upset. Boniface was consoling him. You should be consoled too. Yeah. You should. Because this thing now, playing for the World Cup, the thing increases your own brand. Yeah, it's not even your Snapchat, you will have more followers. Yes, now everybody can push what they want at the end of the day. Definitely. But see, the last time we went to the World Cup, that was 2018. Look at that kit that we sold.
Amazing.
Yeah. Put us on the map. Apart from that, even we that are here, everybody, you going to the World Cup, everybody will benefit, not just you. I want to benefit from you going to the World Cup. Everybody can have somebody, I want to sponsor 10 people.
I mean, we're talking
people
about
were winning tickets. Yes, now people were winning tickets. You want to use your own to spoil our own. Let's have a little bit of joy. No one is happy. You've turned us to mathematicians. If this one do this one, if this one do this one, why can't you win? Are we Arsenal fans?
If you've been quiet, I need to hear.
I think when you look at for me when you look at Nigeria's group, it's really damning to look at like what we've been able to achieve with the group that we have. Look, nothing is easy in football, right? But I mean, there's a reason why they are winnable games, and there's no way that we can play. I want to be as optimistic as most Nigerians, but there's no way you can play 6 matches, win 1, and then now all of a sudden, if we just win the remaining 4, when did you win any games to show that you can now win the next 4? You know, people are saying, there's still hope. All we need to do is win.
They were posting on Snapchat and online, I know, online, saying Jesus. Some people were saying this thing. Are you for real?
But you had 6 games, you won 1.
We have 7 points out of 6 games. That's 6 times. So that's 18.
So how are you saying?
What am I even saying? Yes.
So how 18. Are you saying that? We just have to win the next 4. Like, when did you show us that you could? So I don't want to sound like the most cynical person. I really don't see a way out of this. I feel like we blew the chance we had, which was even a slim chance.
Yeah, it was.
We blew it, and so now I just feel like unfortunately, it's going to hit us. I don't think it has hit us yet, but unfortunately,
it has.
It's going to hit us in a couple months when we realize that we are really not going to the World Cup. And I feel for Osimhen, seeing that reaction. I know some people had a lot to say. Yeah. Why is he acting like he's the only one who... Listen, I feel like Osimhen is coming from a place of... He's 26?
Yeah.
By the next World Cup, he'll be 30, 31. Yeah. Right? We don't know.
I think most of them will.
Yeah, we don't know where his trajectory will be. We don't know what injuries could be. We don't know. Yes. And Osimhen is like, there's no way you can have or you can be building the type of legacy Osimhen is building without a World Cup. Without a World Cup appearance. Like, Osimhen is arguably a top 3 striker in the world right now, and he shows it on a constant basis. He's going to surpass Rashidi Yekini for sure, and then not have the World Cup on his resume.
That's crazy.
So I think from that perspective, Osimhen is looking at it like, man, I'm doing what I need to do. I'm not saying that you should put the blame on any teammates, but I'm doing what I need to do. Like, the rest of you are just,
even when he wasn't available, that was when we drew those. We lost one and we drew. Then the 2 games he came for now.
Came back for.
Yes,
come on, it's
sad. Out of how many players you see them, they are forming. I beg you.
And they're on
Snapchat. I don't think they were forming because look at it this way: Osimhen also played with them, right?
Yeah.
I mean, most of the videos it was also there. In the buzz, the challenge, he was there. But it's one thing to do that because most times you notice that when they start training, you don't see any videos or anything. It's probably their spare time, and that's when they have most of these videos. I think the last one I saw was in the elevator, right? You can do anything in the elevator. It doesn't really distract you from anything. But when you get on the pitch, Osimhen will play, get on the pitch, and then will run the entire pitch and do what he has to do. I just feel that there's something missing. There's something missing.
Is it tactical, or is it personnel wise, or is it just
let's assume personnel wise,
following the team?
What personnel did Zimbabwe come with? That is why I don't like to listen to that kind of a thing. What personnel did Zimbabwe come with? But they got a result. And then, okay, if you say we don't have personnel, where are you going to buy? Are you going to buy?
So is it
from which
tactical,
country? We need to find a way. We can't be pretending like we are Brazil or we are
exactly.
Spain or this. We can't be doing that. We are not. The point is, what you have, what can you do with it? Let's make something out of it.
I think they lack passion. I'm not going to lie.
We have enough talent.
See, they lack passion. I think that's just it. They are not passionate about qualifying for this thing. They don't see it serious, because sometimes you see a game that the passion alone will push these players to get some. Like, you see how fiery they are. You see them winning tackles. How many they wore white jersey yesterday? How many of them was stained? How many of them was bleeding on the jersey?
You want them to bleed?
Yes, that's to show that
the referee will allow
I'm ready for this. No. Okay, look at Vidic. When he puts his head, Ekong was like,
I don't see. For me,
they're not serious.
I think, and I'm not trying to compare Nigeria to the country I want to mention, because obviously they are miles ahead. Not even Ghana. I was talking about Argentina, the World Cup champions, defending World Cup champions. You could see that at the last World Cup, they didn't start well, but they never lost sight of why we are here, what we want to do. There's something making us like. It's not even about hoping and praying and calculating on any table. There was a reason. There's something driving them. First of all, was the fact that Lionel Messi needed a World Cup badly.
Yes,
and they wanted to do it for him.
They wanted to do it for him. They wanted to do it for him. They wanted to do it for their fans.
So are you saying
Nigeria?
I feel
no. I'm not saying there's no. What do you mean? Nigerians are not enough seeing the mess this government has put us in, the hardship that we're going through, the tears, the anger, the hardship, everything, seeing how sad Nigerians are on a daily. It's not enough for you to want to play and put joy on people's faces.
The last World Cup we went to, if you remember, when we left in the group stage, when that ref, I've forgotten the ref's name, but I know Nigerians went to the mass page. Even me, I was there.
That's what we're good at now.
See, no, the things that people were writing, you showed how like the football unified everybody. People were saying the joy that you've taken away from us, God will take it from your life. Different things. That's how people crazy. Like football makes you forget your sorrows.
This is the one thing.
Make us stay away from.
Can I ask everyone a question? Individually, right? If we fail to qualify for this World Cup, as you know, it's looking, who gets the bulk of the blame for you?
To me, the players.
Okay.
The players, Vinny Di Giorgio, Shello, different coaches.
I'm not putting every
all the way to NFF, right?
Every person is getting the blame if we don't qualify.
You can isolate.
You can't isolate everyone.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, call it the Super Eagles, and
it's a team.
We're going to add them to the 30-day Rants challenge.
It's a team, and that's the point I'm trying to make. Football is the only thing that's bringing Nigerians together. It's the one thing you know that Nigerians, even if we don't care about, even if we will not watch the MPFL, but Nigeria is playing, everybody wants to see us win. And when you do well, we praise you, we make you feel like you're the best players.
People that
in the
don't
world.
Watch football, that time they watch it. They will watch you.
And imagine Nigeria at the World Cup. You know what we bring.
That's the problem I have, right?
You know the flavor we bring to tournaments.
Yeah, David said something now that if you play well, we'll praise you and
we praise you. We make you look like kings, even if you're not that guy. We make you look like you're that guy. We do it.
Play well. We also tell you, I don't know why people do not want to accept that. Guy, you didn't play well.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that you didn't play well. Whenever you play well, I will tell you that you played well. I'll praise you. I will say a lot of things.
We even overdo it.
Do you get? And then people will say you are hyping this player. But when they tell you that you didn't play well, and some people will start looking at it from a very bad, negative angle, because that game was, I don't know, like I said, very painful. And when you look at it, it's, to miss back-to-back, it seems 1-1. 1-1 is like a big problem to us. 1-1 stopped us from going to the World Cup 2022. 1-1 is about to do it again. And it's the same team. And Tosi said something about drive. I would always put this in at the bulk of the coaches. If you feel you want fighters, for example, Eric Schell, fighters. Osimhen told us something about how he wanted a fighter. I know Osimhen is a fighter. He will always show it on the pitch. And then the man dropped 2 fighters. Onyeka did not make the team.
Yes.
Uche, who plays for a team that basically
That
practices satanism, did not make the team. So which kind of fight were you expecting from the ones you called? Because that's why I always call coaches. If you feel what you need is passion, then go out there and find. When you watch Osimhen, you see the fire. When you watch Uche, you see the fire. When you watch Onyeka, you see the fire. So if it's fire you're looking for, anybody that has no fire should not make your team. But when you decide to pick the people you want to pick, nobody should come and tell me that this person does not have passion. You already knew. You knew that. You invited the person. So why are you now telling me that the person does not have passion? So that's why, for me, I always call out these coaches, because you always see it. Before you call somebody, you know what the person would offer you. If the person does not have what you're looking for, drop the person. And that's why when they get to the pitch, you show us. This is why, we made some errors. I now played left back. The 2 games, I can't find why he played left back.
One of the best right backs in the
Premier
League
right now. Yes.
Yeah.
I do not know why he played left back, because between the games between Rwanda and Zimbabwe, there was nothing on the pitch to tell us that, this is why I played him left back.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. And then you decide to
So tactical decisions cost us as well.
And that's Zimbabwe game. Yes, tactical decisions cost us, and also we can't be relying on fine boy aura. You can't spam your way to qualification.
So
with
who are we
aura.
speaking about, please?
Who's the fine boy?
I was speaking about the captain.
Eric Chel, El Balde. I'm saying, you can't spam your way to qualifications with aura. Aura isn't what's going to get you at the World Cup. He takes the best pictures at the best angles, but when it's time for business on the pitch, and then you see, please. And I even listened to his press conference after, and he said, what did he even say again? I'm not quoting him, but he said something around the lines of, when we win, the team is good, but when we don't win, it's not good. Maybe it's not early to judge me. Maybe it's too early. Maybe it's not early to judge me.
Man, Nigerians will judge you
are
because
you serious? You have one job. Your job primarily was just to qualify us. You're not even sure if you're taking us to the World Cup. If you're going to be the coach at the World Cup, just your job was get us to the World Cup.
Get us back.
That's your job.
It's looking
and to be honest,
right
there's one player I want to mention here. For all of the things he's done, I personally think. Let me just say his name.
Okay, tell us.
Wilfred Ndidi.
Oh.
Wilfred Ndidi. The minute he said last year that we must not win everybody, that's what he said in the press conference. When he said that, I just
Wahala.
There's no. When he said that, I already knew that mentally they don't have it.
So a lot of players
they don't have it.
are on that same path mentally.
They don't. We must not win every game. After losing against South Africa, and we're already in danger of losing our qualification after the South Africa game. And he said that in the post-match, either post or pre-match conference. He said that. What?
I don't want to be the most negative person, but I really think it's done. I don't see a way out of it.
And I think if this is someone that before I was tipping Ndidi to captain for captaincy, I don't even think he should be given that mantle. I personally think, if you ask me, I think Osimhen should be given the vice captaincy role or some leadership role.
Was sleeping
because people say, it's by hierarchy, it's by who's senior who. I beg. Spare me.
You don't need all those
Spare
titles to actually command.
Maybe Ahmed Musa would have done something against Zimbabwe.
Because I didn't see. I did not. No. I didn't even see. I did not see. I didn't see.
Where are they shown that he's a super sub?
I didn't see any ginger, and I think Osimhen has that ginger. Osimhen has that ginger to give these boys when.
We're not at the World Cup.
When we
Musa
I would
probably
want.
has come to life at the World Cup. Yes, he has the most World Cup goals. Maybe if we qualify.
Musa is one of Nigeria's greatest ever players.
Yes, what I'm saying is, if we were at the World Cup already, maybe a case will be made for Musa because of his pedigree. Yes, but I don't think I can remember a lot of impact in qualifiers.
I would want us. The reason why I said I'm tipping Osimhen for a leadership position, regardless of the fact that I don't like the fact that Osimhen's very temperamental. Like it's one thing that I think he that for me stains his whites. His temperament. I know human beings are different, but his temper can really go over.
Does it really have a temper?
Yes, he does have a temper. Victor Osimhen is very
So
temperamental.
are you saying,
very, very
so
temperamental.
the clip of Osimhen walking off?
Before then, he's always had temper issues.
how
Even at
do you
Napoli,
feel about that
even at
clip?
Napoli, they've always said it like he's always had temper issues.
How do you feel about
And
that?
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it doesn't in any way.
demanding.
It doesn't in any way discredit his talent or his status. I'm just saying like his personality. When he gets
temperamental.
angry, sometimes he can go
there was
overboard.
There was a game Galatasaray played that I watched. I think it was a Europa League where they needed to, after the first leg that he didn't play, I think they were down 4-something.
Yeah.
Now, from the pre-match, I think that's just a typical Osimhen, right? From the pre-match proceedings and everything, you could tell that if there was one person in that team that was hyped, it was him.
No, I'm not saying the temper is like bad. No, I'm saying it could help us in Super Eagles. We need someone to change us, someone to show passion, like someone to like actually really change. In quotes, change it for these guys when we see that everybody's sleeping. Because it just feels like everybody's Ekong is love and light,
Everyone
has their leadership styles. Yeah, I understand, but like
so
I just feel like
think it's
we need
just for us to look for people. For example, Osimhen in him, that desire comes.
the passion is there, the burning desire is there.
Is a few more persons
Like him, on that team.
Because Akon is a fantastic captain.
Yeah,
He
he
is.
is.
So I know a lot of people are not happy with what they've seen. I can't remember the last time anybody called out Akon. Akon, for example, has never had a bad tournament for Nigeria. So I can't remember.
No, I think the last time was 2018 when he was hugging Modric like a Titanic.
I think that was when he was still very new.
Yeah, it was true.
So he's done well. So maybe we can forgive him
For the mistake,
the game the other day. But for me, I just feel everyone is different. Everyone have their
don't you think we need leaders in that team? Because it just feels like there are not much leaders in the team.
They are just friends that are cruising.
They're not much leaders. Like every national team, look at Pepe Ronaldo in Portugal. Look at Pepe Ronaldo in Portugal. Look at Modric, and in Croatia there's Modric, and we have, I think there's this other player too who always Perisic is there. There's one, I can't remember his name. Rakitic.
Kovacic.
They always take up
then.
like responsibilities like Rakitic.
But do you think, and this is something that happens with Manchester United a lot, where United will lose a game to maybe Luton Town, and then someone will say they need leaders. They need leaders. When you look at the squad, right? I know you said we're not Brazil, we're not Argentina, we're not. When you look at the Super Eagles squad, you have no business drawing at home
to Zimbabwe. Bro, it's not Senegal. It's not
we
Tunisia.
have Iwobi is one of the best midfielders in the league now. Best right back, best striker.
They will all go back to their respective clubs. This thing
And
about,
flourish.
This thing about leadership.
And flourish,
right?
actually.
You
know that, right? You know that when
very...
these guys go back to their club size, they will play like prime Maradona. Most of them will be playing like
I think I agree
one
with
thing
the
I know is
leadership.
that I don't think I've seen Nottingham Forest use Aina at left back.
No, that's what Eric Balde.
Eric Shell.
El Balde. I call him El Balde. He did not. He played them out of position against Zimbabwe.
Lookman played 10.
I think the thing that was most important to him, I don't know how true this is.
But I just think even still, like the passion to actually try and get a result, a good result at Uyo in front of your home fans after the government has already paid 30,000 free tickets, open gates to fill up the stadium. Trust me, come on.
Was
the stadium full?
Yeah, it was.
I didn't attend.
We were
so
even talking
know.
about it the last episode where we're saying that NFF should try and advertise more. And I think now I understand
why they don't do the adverts, right?
See, yes, these players themselves. See, I saw a lot of people tweeting, I beg, I can only face one issue, one Manchester United alone. I don't want Wahala. Like these players, I don't really care about them. Because you're not encouraging people. Apart from the last AFCON that we had, that we lost the final, I don't think, and 2018 World Cup that we played really well. Since then, I don't remember Nigeria playing very well that will attract people to want to watch you. Every time you watch 1-1, 0-0, we'll lose. Like, you just be like, what's all this?
One of my friends is not happy with me because I gave him I gave him small hope to make him watch the game.
Exactly. So
against Zimbabwe.
after this one now, Zimbabwe, I can bet you 50% of people that watch that game are no longer interested.
Yeah.
They
but
won't.
that's one thing with Nigerians, right? A lot of them do not pick interest. So after the win against Rwanda,
People
People pick.
Yes.
Yes.
so win the next game and see what will happen. Do you get? So I think it's easy to get Nigerians to
But we have to be
support.
winning. We have to win.
You have to win.
I mean,
Just
look
win
at
two
the
straight games.
AFCON.
And yes,
Everybody,
no. Everybody,
the AFCON
even
started
people that
slow,
don't watch football.
but as we kept winning, more people
people,
got
yes.
interested. By the time we got to the quarterfinal, everybody was.
That was happens.
was
You know,
hype,
so
yeah.
a win, people listen, right?
Yeah.
And then you add another one, and you begin to. So, if for those of us who write, there's something about Nigerian fans, right? We don't like it when Nigeria lose, because that's when you're right. You have less, or should I say, fewer views.
Yeah.
People are not interested in
And reading
once
what
they
you're
see-
saying,
It seems when you write Super Eagles, they
You just a beg.
just badly
But
block it and-
funny enough, I want to chip this in before we conclude.
Yeah.
It's ironic that even after that game, I saw reactions on Twitter, and I'm seeing people calling out Victor Boniface. People saying Victor Boniface is not talented. People saying that he should not have played that game. People asking what he doing in the national team. People saying
Someone
that he
even
will
said he's a
always
content creator.
stink up the place. People calling him content creators, and I'm not seeing him responding to these people. But because we had someone from here on the Heat on this podcast, she's not here now. Tell me, baby, wherever you are, shout out to her. She said something, and he
Yes.
all of a sudden he had the energy to respond, but now he can't respond. I would actually like to see him maybe take up one of those tweets and respond to them honestly, because the double standards for me stink to high hell. Really stinks.
Well, maybe because
It really
those
stinks.
people-
And we said it. The same people who will praise you, bro, when it is time. When it is time. I trust
Has
Nigerians.
Boniface,
They will
Yes,
cook
has
you.
Boniface scored for Nigeria?
They will. He has
I
a
think
goal.
he has
He has a
one
goal.
goal.
He has a goal
He
for
has
Nigeria.
one goal.
On his debut, I think. Was his debut? Or he grabbed an assist on his debut. That a goal on assist on
I
his
need
debut.
to confirm this.
I think he has
I doubt. I
one
think,
goal.
but I think there was one
the issue
time.
of
Please,
that
somebody
game-
check.
I think there was one time Osimhen was like saying, "Don't worry, the goals will
The
come."
goals will come,
When
yeah.
people were trolling him and they didn't respond to anybody.
I don't expect him to reply.
David, that's a great point you
I
brought
don't
up,
expect
because
him to reply.
No,
Maybe because they're not on vi-
You
on-
know, I'm raising it up so that it doesn't be like we're not doing our jobs, reporting, because we reported on reactions to the game, and people actually called out Victor Boniface. And I'm not seeing him, dragging anybody or calling anybody broke because they are telling him he's not a good player. I saw verified influencers calling him out, asking, questioning why is he in this team. So I'd be waiting to see him, respond to them.
He has
call
not
them
even
out.
scored.
He has. I think he has. I
this
think he has.
article was
Zero.
2024.
He doesn't have a goal for Nigeria.
no, he does not.
I don't
I
think
think he
so.
has one goal.
I think he has one.
Are you sure?
I know he has he made an assist on his debut. I'm sure of that.
I think he's one of those guys who in the national team. Maybe
They say he has
don't
not
pull-
scored. He has not scored.
Maybe they can't pull
On
their
transfer
weights.
market.
Are you on Wikipedia?
Yeah.
He has not scored for Nigeria. The only reason I brought that up is you're right. He went crazy on Timmy when she said whatever she said, which is fine. But everybody was saying that Boniface, whatever, and he didn't pick anybody to attack them or whatever the case may be. But it's not even just about Boniface. A lot of players underperform, for the Super Eagles. Huge contrast to what they do for their clubs.
Let's not
right?
even talk about.
So it's not
let's
just
not even
one
let's
player.
not even talk about the guy from Milan. Let's not even talk about the guy from Milan. Like that's
So
like
really,
that's like a different
there's
conversation
a big
for another
issue
day.
here with a lot of the players,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it is what it is.
I don't think.
Before
again,
we go,
I'm
please,
not. No, we're
quickly,
not saying. I know. I know
Before we
you
go
think you are
quickly,
saying that they're not good.
where
They
are
are
we
I'm
good.
not talking about that. I'm saying that for me again.
Yeah.
I will still go back to the coach. Why? Because it's not possible for you to have watched the game against Rwanda and then you reward Chukwueze with another
with
start.
another start. Yeah.
So I cannot hold Chukwueze. If the coach
Okay,
watched-
so they trusted me they trusted me again. They gave me a second chance, and I
why should I hold you?
And I
for
think he
example?
stayed for too long on the pitch.
If I watch you, for example, I watch you play against Rwanda, and I felt
You stunk
that
up the- I stunk
after
up the
what I
place.
saw,
The
I
I saw.
rewarded you with another chance, man.
Wait, I want to even say something. Why can't we
Yes,
talk
now.
about Nigerian players when they perform badly? why are we like, because I've noticed they because everyone will say something, but because camera is on you, you cannot say something about these players because
we're
if you see
people,
yes now some people might say, oh, why are you saying that about Chukwueze? Oh, why are you saying that about Moses Simon? You guys stunk up the pitch. Moses Simon, I was like, who is this brother?
Daddy. They call him Daddy in the
Who
camp.
is this? He just looked way off.
I usually call him Mr. Reliable, but he wasn't at all.
But I actually do like Moses Simon. But he's one player I know that if you're doing any squad, 23-man, 20-man squad list, you must call Moses Simon. Like I like him. I actually like him.
They can do better. Before we end this, can we just, so where are we right now in terms of like qualification?
Are we going to qualify? That's the question. Is that the question you're asking everyone?
Yes.
Are we going to qualify? Is Nigeria going to qualify for the 2026 World Cup?
You know, like you said, we are very sensitive people. You know, if this were to be Manchester United now, people will use all sort of adjectives. If it was Sancho, they will use all sort of adjectives.
I beg you, forget that one.
If it was Anthony, they will use anything. But one is a Nigerian. The same people who drag these foreign guys anyhow, because this guy is a Nigerian, you drag Boniface now of somebody I've watched a very long time, followed a very long time. You drag him now for playing rubbish, you are the problem. You drag Osimhen now for, let's assume Osimhen played badly. You drag him because he's a Nigerian, wahala. You drag Simon Moses because he's a Nigerian, wahala. All we know how to do is to drag foreign guys. We don't think our players
deserve or can be criticized.
Every single time they come back to the national team, nothing happens.
Yeah.
But when you talk about it, because it's sensitive, because you're a Nigerian, you feel you can't say things about Nigerian
I don't believe that.
I mean,
I don't believe that.
This thing is staring at you.
I don't believe that. We're paying. International break. It's not. You're not playing for free. Number one.
I mean,
not even playing for free. And the era of NFF is owing has passed. It's passed.
My own answer to that question is that if Arsenal can mathematically
how the hell did Arsenal enter this conversation
this season, then Nigeria can qualify for the World Cup. That's
my brother.
Wait, hold on. Tosi, what did you say?
I said, Arsenal fans think they are still in the title race. So I'm saying mathematically, because that's what they always say. Mathematically, if they think Arsenal can win the league, then Nigeria mathematically can qualify for the World Cup. That's what
I would say is, I don't want to put my hope on anything, right? Because it is simple. It is easier for you to put hope on something that is tangible. Watching these guys, there's nothing about these Super Eagles that I would say, let me believe in you right now.
Yeah.
Right? I'd say you can turn it around. We were supposed to do that against Zimbabwe. We did not. 1 win out of 6. What should I hold on to? What is that thing I should say, we can do it? Where we are now, we're on the brink of elimination. It's as simple as that, because we don't even look certain to make the playoffs.
Yeah,
we can't make it. So it's painful to say it, but that's how the thing is. So I would rather allow them shock me. Let me eat my words.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I've said it earlier. I think we're done. I feel like there's no way back for Nigeria.
Even after Whiskey, Big Machala gave his cosign.
There's no way back.
Which is heartbreaking
for Whiskey. Whiskey gave you a cosign, and you still did.
Maybe it got to their head. I mean, Starboy.
We're done,
bro.
We'll go back to the drawing board like we do every year.
Maybe we don't need vibes anymore. We don't need vibes.
Yeah, we need seriousness. Come play your ball. Play your football. Play cool football. Win games. Get results. Nobody cares if you are playing like prime Barcelona or prime.
I'm thinking
Real
of
Madrid.
not watching any of them this week.
Just win games, get us results, make Nigerians happy, because millions are watching you. Millions of hopes are dependent on the results that Super Eagles players, will grind out for us. I think that's the much we can take on this episode, guys. It's not. Nobody's happy. Yeah. Everyone's, sad, and morale. I know morale is down, but there's always hope. There's all. That's the thing with Nigeria. That's the thing about this country.
It's the hope that kills.
But there's just always hope. It's never over until it's over. Who knows? Who knows? So, from me, David Ben.
See you guys next time.
Thank you.
Saying goodbye and thank you for watching the Heat Podcast.
Bye.